Adoatv, bringing good things to life.
Good evening here in Accra. Good evening and welcome to the news at 6 on Adoatv. Remember, the evening news is brought to you by Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Verna Mineral Water. My name is Benedicta Dodo. Remember, we're also streaming live on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana. Look at our top stories for tonight's bulletin. The Electricity Company of Ghana has assured the general public that more than 350,000 customers will enjoy improved power supply following the commissioning of the Pokwasi bulk supply point. Dr. Lawrence Tete has expressed gross disappointment in the 18 individuals who have presented a memorandum to Parliament against the anti-LGBTQ+ bill. In business, GPRTU has clarified that transport fare will not increase come Monday as many have projected. Finally, in entertainment, Shatta Wale has been remanded a week into police custody after he pleaded not guilty in court earlier today. Bringing you details of these and more in this bulletin. Now moving on to our first story, the minority members on Parliament's Local Government and Rural Development Committee have once again come hard at the Akufo-Addo administration over the more functional state of the District Assembly Common Fund and suspected misapplication of the constitutionally created fund. According to the minority, monies due to the fund have not been given to the fund to enable it carry out its mandate as abundantly outlined by the Constitution and relevant act. Now, they served a notice that if government will not heed to their calls and do the needful, they will head to court again.
The DACF is simply not working today, having been rendered impotent. The monies due to the fund have not been given to the fund to enable it to carry out its mandate as abundantly outlined by the Constitution and the relevant act. This government has persistently done everything possible to deprive the District Assembly's Common Fund of the needed funds for the discharge of its constitutionally mandated duties. Amounts due to the DACF were underprovided for and owed to the fund for 2017 and 2018. The debts were partly settled in 2020 with monies borrowed during the COVID-19 intervention period. An amount of 144 million was applied for that.
They lamented that the 1992 Constitution is abundantly clear on how the Common Fund should be disbursed, yet the Ministry of Finance has not compiled, and they see this as a ploy to retain monies due to the DACF.
The amounts due to the Common Fund are based on the total revenue generated within the relevant period. That is a quarter for the year, as the Constitution has directed. The Ministry of Finance has over the years refused to make known to the DACF and the general public how much is generated for each relevant period. The 1992 Constitution is abundantly clear on how the common fund should be disbursed. Article 252 mandatorily requires that monies for the DACF should be paid by quarterly installments. The issues which arise here are A. The Ministry of Finance has arbitrarily determined that the amount due to DACF for 1 quarter of the year is not due until after the end of the next quarter. For instance, the first quarter of the year ends in March, but monies for the common fund will only be due after the end of the second quarter in June. The question is, does it take 3 months to determine what revenue was realized in a particular quarter, especially in these days of computer technology? Again, we see this as a ploy to retain the monies due to the DACF rather at the center.
They also disclosed that the Ministry of Finance has failed to release these funds to the DACF for several quarters of 2020-2021.
B. The Ministry of Finance has failed to release funds to the DACF for several quarters over the 2020 to 2021 period, fiscal years. This is a clear violation of the 1992 Constitution, Article 252. Indeed, we want to state clearly to Ghanaians, that payments have not been made by quarterly installments as stipulated in Article 252. The Ministry of Finance is very heavily indebted to the DACF. The amount has run to about 2 billion Ghana cedis, and it's made up as follows. In 2019, the amount owed is 700 million Ghana cedis. That is per the Auditor General's report. In 2020, we've done the calculation. The Ministry of Finance is owing the Common Fund 587 million plus. And 2021, where nothing has been paid, the estimates for first and second quarter only, based on their own figures, the amount they are owing is 884 million Ghana cedis. When you add this, it is indeed 2,170 million, which the Ministry of Finance is owing this Assembly's Common Fund.
Surprisingly, not even the Pessoa, their ranking, who lead the presser, stated have been released for this year.
For the whole of 2021, not even a Pessoa has been paid to the DACF as we sit here. Not even one dime in Ghana is Pessoas has been paid to the DACF for the whole of 2021. We have been informed that a release letter was issued for the first quarter for an amount of 434,291,958 Ghana cedis, 21 pesos. But no money has been paid to the DACF as of today, as we are meeting you now. Therefore, arrears have piled up for 2019, 2020, and 2021.
They therefore called on government to determine the monies due to DACF within a maximum of 1 month.
The consequence of all this is that the DACF is unable to release funds to the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies for 1 complete year of their operations, 1 complete financial year. We are calling on the government to change its way of determining when the money is due. That is, to determine the money is due to the DACF within a maximum of 1 month after the end of each quarter, and accordingly release same to the DACF.
In the same vein, they also said and noticed that if government will not heed to their calls and do the needful, they will head to court again.
But if the government does not heed our calls,
Member of Parliament for the Medina constituency, Francis Xavier Sosu, has alerted the Ghana Legal Council to reform, saying they are not above the law. He said this at the demonstration held yesterday dubbed Red Wednesday, which was organized by the National Association of Law Students.
The Medina MP emphatically stated that the GLC, through the Ghana School of Law, has made everything possible to deny to admit qualified candidates on the grounds of no space. Mr. Sosu revealed this at the National Association of Law Students NALS and the aggrieved 2021 candidates of the Ghana School of Law entrance exams demonstration on October 20, 2021 to register their displeasure over what they describe as injustice at the Ghana School of Law. The protest started from the Independence Square. The protesters walked through some principal streets of Accra to the Parliament House, where a petition was submitted by the leadership of the aggrieved 499 candidates to the Speaker, but was received on his behalf by the minority leader Haruna Idrisu. However, after the presentation, the MP for Medina constituency also stated his reasons for joining in the demonstration.
In ways that will secure equal opportunities for all. What we are doing is violating the right to opportunities by these people. And that is why I have come to join them to demand that the 499 students must be admitted, and they must be admitted now. So the General Legal Council, who are revered judges, who are people who have undergone all kinds of training and legal training, will do the needful. When you were going to law school, did you have the kind of impediment you are putting, before the students? When you were going to law school, did you have to struggle in the way our colleagues are struggling? You said those who would attain the required mark, which is 50%, are going to be admitted. Why would you change the rules after the examination? Why would you change the rules? Clearly, General Legal Council is not above the law. Go and do the needful. Otherwise, be prepared for war.
From that, more than 350,000 customers of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, are expected to directly benefit from improved electricity supply following the commissioning of the Pokwase Box supply point in the Greater Accra region by President Akufo-Addo. Now, the Pokwase Box supply point is considered the largest in the country and will improve the quality and reliability of power supply in the Pokwase, Kwabenya, Legon, Nsawam, and the outlying communities.
More than 350,000 customers of the Electricity Company of Ghana are expected to directly benefit from improved electricity supply following the commissioning of the Pokwase Box supply point in the Greater Accra region by President Akufo-Addo. The Pokwase Box supply point is considered the largest in the country and will improve the quality and reliability of power supply in the Pokwase, Kwabenya, Legon, Nsawam, and the outlying communities. The project will also lead to a significant reduction in technical losses along the Ghana Grid Company GridCo transmission system and ECG's power distribution networks, thereby improving the financial viability of the utilities. The $64.7 million project, described as the largest of its kind and the most technologically advanced in the country, was funded by the Millennium Challenge Corporation. It was executed in a record period of 18 months in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic. The components of the project are the construction of the 33 kilovolts sub-transmission station lines to evacuate power from the Pokwase BSP onto the electric distribution network and the erection of new set of quadruple circuit steel lattice towers to move power from Pokwase BPS to ECG's primary substation in Ofanko, Kwabenya, and in Sawam. At the commissioning ceremony at Pokwase yesterday, President Akufo-Addo said the project offered an assurance of stable power supply and also reminded Ghanaians of how far they had come from the days of widespread power outages and the phenomenon of doomsday. He said those days came with so much discomfort, inconvenience, and brought businesses to their knees, describing that era as truly dark days, literally speaking, and we must continue to keep them behind us. The president explained that as a country that aspires to industrialize to guarantee a decent quality of life for its people, it must ensure access to stable, efficient, and affordable power supply. Electricity is no longer a luxury, but rather in this age a basic necessity. We must commit ourselves to working hard and ensure that we achieve universal coverage in this country as soon as possible to spur economic growth, President Akufo-Addo said.
A renowned man of God who is no stranger to the media in terms of opinion on national issues, Reverend Lawrence Tete of the International Miracle Outreach Church, have, like many other clergy members, expressed profound disappointment in the 18 PRO anti-LGBTQ defenders led by lawyer Akoto Ampao, saying elites who are supposed to educate the public are rather using human rights as a cloak to promote such activities.
Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete, a renowned international evangelist, has expressed disappointment in the 18 prominent Guineans who have expressed their sentiment against the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Guinean Family Value Bill 2021. The 18 prominent Guineans, made up of lawyers, professors, and civil society professionals, presented a memorandum to Parliament challenging the bill, which is popularly known as the anti-LGBTQI+ bill. Reverend Lawrence, in an interview, said, "I am disappointed with our so-called professors who are to educate us, but are rather supporting the LGBTQI+ things." He said it was unfortunate that the elites are rather using languages such as human rights issues to camouflage the issue, adding that they are using human rights thing to take our minds off the main issue. Reverend Tete, who is the founding president of the Worldwide Miracle Outreach, with its international headquarters based in London, United Kingdom, stressed that one needs to be a human before having rights, and it's not human rights to sodomize people. He emphasized that one of the biggest mistakes stakeholders would do is to embrace LGBTQ+, saying Ghana does not have the logistics and resources to deal with its effects. Dr. Lawrence, who is also a tele-evangelist, a philanthropist, a public speaker, and the host of Miracle Touch TV program worldwide, added that accepting activities of LGBTQ+ in Ghana would be undermining of the country's culture. He said that just as European standard was to marry one, so it is for Ghana to reject homosexuality and its related community. Homosexuality is not our culture. It's a curse. Go to Tishi, Akutolante, and some parts of Newtown, and you'll see the kind of diseases some people are suffering from because of that, he said. He therefore called on politicians to heed to the voice of the people, as according to him, it would be insensitive on their part to ignore the voices of the people, especially when Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists are united against gay activities. This was not the first time Dr. Lawrence Tete has declared his stance on matters of the LGBTQ+ society, as he has been spotted on many occasions vehemently using his platform to educate people on various health and spiritual implications of homosexuality.
This year's Agri House Foundation 11th Pre-Harvest Agribusiness Exhibition and Conference event held in Tamale has offered farmers and other participants practical training on modern ways of farming to help increase harvest and prevent post-harvest losses. Now, aside the exhibition at the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium, management of the foundation also held field demonstrations at the agri-village at the Banvum community for farmers and participants alike. Nuruddin Ibrahim, our Northern Regional Correspondent, was there and has filed this report.
The Agri-House Foundation has held its 11th pre-harvest agribusiness exhibition and conference at Tamale. This year's event was held at the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium. Aside from exhibition, the event took participants through practical modern-day farming techniques. On the field, farmers and other participants were educated on the need to test their farm soils before farming. The three-day event was officially launched by the Northern Regional Minister Alhaji Hussaini Al-Hassan Shaibu in Tamale at the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium, where agribusinesses, especially those in the farming industry, will exhibit their products, machineries, and services to the public. Director of the Agri-House Foundation, Madame Alberta Nanaicha, in an interview as the newly secured field said, the annual event seeks to connect farmers and other industry players and to expose them to opportunities.
Ghana to Agri-House Foundation, basically to establish a training and demonstration center in the country. It was a call that we made to them last year because the pre-harvest have been running for 10 years and it has really made an impact in terms of supporting farmers, in terms of training farmers, in terms of linking them to buyers.
Expressed excitement for the 10-acre land donated to the foundation by the chief of Banvum for the annual event.
And so we thought it, and all the time we always have to move to a different location for our field demonstrations, which is one of the practical and key components of the pre-harvest event. But we are happy that we have a place now that we can have our field demonstrations. So like you can see behind me, we have different training sessions ongoing on. We have the soil testing demonstration being carried out by Demeter. In the course of the day, we have Yara to do the crop nutrition, and then we'll have CTEC. We have NGRIP also doing their bit on irrigation, and then we have DIC MAV also doing the equipment testing and how appropriate technology, like how to apply it.
She therefore called on sponsors, corporate bodies, government, and collaborating agencies to support the foundation, help build an agribusiness in the northern sector. Mr. Frank Thomas Oseitutu, a field agronomist at Demeter Ghana Limited, advised farmers to always test their soil before taking any move to farm. According to him, the right state of a soil will help reduce cost.
For uptake, it is very important to check your soil and know the right state of your soil because one, if you are able to check your acidity or basicity level of your soil, it helps you to save cost. One, you wouldn't go and buy a lot of fertilizers for your soil just because you think it's a necessity for me as a farmer to buy fertilizers for my crops in order for them to grow. No, that's not how it works. Your fertilizer, you have to know your strength, the strength of your soil, to know how much fertilizer you have to go to the market and go and buy and add to your soil. If you don't have this idea, trust me, you can buy 100 tons of any Yara product or any Demeter product or any ET or any other fertilizer product onto your field, and none of these fertilizers will be made available for your plant to take up because the pH of your soil is not in the right state, and there's no way the root will also pick the nutrient that you are going to buy into its system for you to get your yield that you want.
On his part, the Upper West Regional General Manager of TESCA, Mr. Fideola Preku, who demonstrated to the farmers how to prepare a farmland, advised farmers to change the old ways of plowing a land for sowing seeds.
I am trying to say that you don't need to disturb the whole field, or you don't need to tend the soil, the whole field. What you do is always target where you are putting your seeds. That is the seed zones. That is where you are putting the seeds, and that is where you have to till and then put the seed and cover. Apart from that, any place where you are not putting seed should not be touched so that the living organism can play around that area. The the soil conditioning can also be made as you leave the, you leave stubbles of crops, and then you leave the debris.
In the northern region, 4 suspected gays are in the grips of the Tamale police after escaping mob action by residents of the metropolis. By virtue of tradition, the 4 suspects have been slapped with an 11,000 Ghana cedi fine and a sheep for purging the land of an abomination.
4 young men have been detained by the Tamale police after they narrowly escaped mob attack by some residents. According to reports, the 4 suspects are believed to be gay, as some people overheard 2 of them arguing over their love affair on the streets of Agri Forest, a suburb of Tamale. Some residents, after realizing the misunderstanding between the 2, accosted them to the Shegu Nurse Palace. The 2, after interrogation, mentioned the names of the other 2. The 4 of them have been charged with an 11,000 Ghana cedis fine and a sheep for the purposes of purifying the land before they were handed over to the Tamale police for further investigations. The chief of Chogo, Na Mahamal Hassan, speaking directly to the suspect at his palace, said, "Their act has angered the gods of Tamale, and he prays the Lord deals with them decisively." Yakubu Haruna, speaking on behalf of Choguna, said the chiefs in the country can stop the canker if the state authority can involve them in the fight. According to him, the chiefs of the north can enforce laws to curb the canker if the law will allow.
I can't say much, but I would have said it will help us in any way if the parliament could at least, if not anything, vote against it, not in favor of it. It would have helped the country. Islamically, it won't take us anywhere. It is rather going to bring more calamities to us. Our imams have been saying that it is some small aspect of God's punishment that he gave to us in the world. And we are saying cover your mouth, wash your hands. I am telling you what happened to Prophet Noah, his regime. If it is to befall on us today, I don't think we all like it. And if my chief would have had his own way within our jurisdiction, we could have prevented. But as I keep saying, we are in the state of law. But if the lawmakers in Ghana could resist it, it would have helped us. We at our various levels would have enforced to see how best, if not stop it, but at least bring it to the lowest as it is growing in the country. At least we would have do our possible to see. I'm not alone. I work in hand with a lot of youth chiefs around. I can't have an issue with that, inviting the Zachi into the system. I can't have an issue with that, inviting Zagbang.
As the news at 6 on Adoa TV. We'll be right back.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
CB makeups now. I'm correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Oh, middle. You captures about one CB makeups. Me see CB makeups and I make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the dada. And one year packaging I am the pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share up him for any about town man kwadano for. Any kwadano who you feel and come home.
Susanna, Ghana man man tamasi.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aji edwedin kato yatu.
With us. Moving on to some business news now. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union GPRTU has debunked claims that transportation fares will go up from Monday, October 25th, 2021. The leadership of the transport union says it is still in talks with the government to scrape some taxes and levies placed on petroleum products. Now, the union said it will increase transportation fares if the government fails to heed their plea. Meanwhile, the GPRTU has advised the public to be measured in their expectations for a reduction in transport fares.
The Ghana Private Road Transport Union has debunked claims that transportation fares would go up from Monday, October 25, 2021. Leadership of the transport union says it is still in talks with government to scrape some taxes and levies placed on petroleum products. The union further went on to say it would increase transportation fares if government fails to adhere to their plea. Ghanaians want to see a reduction in transportation fares following the removal of the price stabilization and recovery levies on petrol, diesel and liquefied petroleum gas for 2 months as approved by the National Petroleum Authority. But GPRTU has advised the public to be measured in their expectations for a reduction in transportation fares. The union has accused government of acting in a bad faith despite contractual assurance of stabilizing prices of fuel, that will lead to maintaining transport fares at least in a short term since they were last increased in June 2021. Meanwhile, GPRTU says it is taking steps to meet with the government over the series of levies imposed on fuel products. Fuel prices in the past few months have witnessed upward and downward adjustment, with the recent being an increase in 2.59%, a situation industry players have criticized. In a related development, the much anticipated suspension of the levy in price build-up on fuel prices at the pump is yet to take effect even as second pricing window commences, because Parliament is yet to give MPA the approval needed to scrape off the levy. In a related development, the much anticipated suspension of the levy in the price build-up of fuel at the pumps is yet to take effect even as the second pricing window commences, because Parliament is yet to give MPA the approval needed to scrape off the levy.
Moving on, Ghana may have no option than to return to the International Monetary Fund (IMF) for financial support if its debt continues to rise. The debt, which is presently a little above 335 billion cedis, continues to surge and create problems for the economy. According to a Bloomberg survey, the country may have to pay a higher premium if it returns to the international capital market next year to issue a Eurobond.
Ghana may have no option than to return to the International Monetary Fund for financial support if debt continues to rise. The debt, which is presently a little above 335 billion Ghana cedis, continue to surge and create problems for the economy. According to a Bloomberg survey, the country may have to pay a higher premium if it returns to the international capital market next year to issue Eurobond. Ghana's credit risk premium scored the highest since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic ahead of the next month's budget. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, recently called for a fiscal policy in next year's budget that will create a more credible path towards fiscal or financial stability. According to him, this is important for the country's quest to accelerate its economic rapidly but financially sound. The 2022 budget should be used to reset fiscal policies to create more credible path towards the medium-term fiscal stability. This will be an important building block to establish the entrenched credibility, key component to stability, he said. Premium investors have demanded to hold the country's debt rather than U.S. Treasuries, which has climbed 144 basis points in October 1st, 2021 to 910 basis points on Tuesday, October 19, 2021, the highest since May 2021. The country's revenue shortfall of a target by 12% to 34.3 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to 5.66 billion United States dollars in the first 7 months of the year, and may continue to do so, putting pressure on its economic growth outlook. Economists have also expressed worry about waning credit spread to raise questions about the country's debt.
That is it for business. Sports is next.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you Oh yeah, contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Water. But you're not getting your mouth. And that's what I'm about to order. The rock, you are fired.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet more bono.
What you have to feed it.
Malaria, therefore, yaw. Enti awo. I shouldn't the customers. Well, when say mammy, I am smart. I perceive Malakio. I'm man the buyer or the eco school. Share. Say a Janisi berry market ni malaria and tea. I want to mean. And smell Emma when we are at war. So we are malaria test. Maybe one. And try better one. And the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now you can't bomb a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so there. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing near my appeal for about a woman for any quada won't you fear
Susiana. What would you with you?
FD Ashusha sa a jedi and crato you mu adia to Musa and
John, who fin you? Wow, Eddie, one boy juma. I check a roofing now. Oh, you fell one casa from Asatek. Oh, na same roofing is a baby bray, nice keke. Why the catcher? Asatek roofing sheet dear, and your nice keke with the bodan swa a chee and rinache. They want to call us a hood of a fair so the bray. No one free roofing sheet no dear. Who hear that will be out. Now so the bodan swa a hero supampe. What means which Roman send your open roofing sheet no? We try the summer of pepe. Mama poor Asatek money there. One of my technical advice na estimate free or professional installers nso a your on-site installation. Ne boss crowd da from pa. Oh yes, quality ne bo da feminine. Asatek 5 days pay na unsa kan order. Na we year after sales service proper bin so. Hwehwe Asatek Watema Community 2, Meridian Road, Ebenkoko Board Warehouse, Western Region so Asatek Takrade Anaji, Yene Princeland Hotel and di hwenimu. And a Volta Region yawo Akachi South District Assembly kwan so ha.
Welcome back onto some sports updates now. Ghana suffered a 2-0 loss to Nigeria in the first leg of the Africa Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers on Wednesday, October 20th. The Black Queens' first half poor showing saw them concede 2 goals in the opening 25 minutes before holding off the Super Falcons in the second half.
The Black Queens of Ghana started their African Women's Cup of Nations qualifiers on a bad note as they lost to Nigeria in the first leg of the qualifiers. Nigeria was too strong for their visitors as the result was there to show for their impressive performance as the Queens succumbed to a 2-0 loss to their rivals. Uche Nakano opened the scoring for the home side after 15 minutes, creating a space for herself before slotting the ball home. The Sweden-based striker doubled the lead moments later, rising tallest in the box to head in Tony Payne's delivery from a set piece. Ghana went into the break with a 2-goal deficit, having failed to create enough chances. After the recess, goalkeeper Fafali Dumehazi made 3 fine saves to keep Mesatego's team in the game, while also preventing Nigeria from adding to the misery. However, the Queens tried to get back into the game. The home side's defense was not going to be breached. The reverse fixtures will be played in Accra on Sunday, with the winner qualifying for the main tournament to be held in Morocco next year.
President of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, is in Ghana for a 2-day visit. Dr. Patrice Motsepe earlier today met with football stakeholders, GFA Executive Council members, corporate Ghana past and present football administrators, and the media to brainstorm on how to transform the African youth and policies and programs for the development of African football, issues concerning the Super League and the 2 years biennial World Cup.
The process of the Super League is, there's a group that is assessing and evaluating it, and we are busy with the process of extensive consultation and discussions, and we want to make sure that everybody welcome, sees what it means, benefits from it, and also understands its important role in football. Let me just say one other thing. Side by side with the Super League is to have the World Cup every 2 years. Having the World Cup every 2 years, and the discussions underway, and we are allowing that study to proceed, but we must understand that African football will never be able to compete against the best in the world if it isn't put in a significantly better financial position, if it isn't put in a significantly better funding position. So all of those, and we want Europe to do well. We want South America to do well. We want the rest of the world to do well. But we also recognize that there has to be fundamental changes. There has to be fundamental changes in the way that football throughout the world is conducted to ensure that there's fairness, there's equity, and to ensure that African football is given a chance, a fair chance. We don't want favors from anybody. We don't want aid from anybody. We just want to be treated fairly and equally and justly. And we believe that with the cooperation of all of my brothers who are presidents of the confederations of football in Africa, and under the excellent leadership that Gianni Infantino is providing, we think African football will succeed and will do well.
That is it for sports. We'll be right back with entertainment.
Wow, October is here already, and it's time for the world to go pink and pay attention to the chest of a woman. My name is Rebecca Donko, the founder of Makeup Ghana and the president of College of Beauty, Art and Entrepreneurship. And I'm excited about being the campaign ambassador for this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an initiative by Sonotech Medical Center. And I consider this initiative a very important CSR, and I'm glad to be associated with an intervention which seeks to give hope and save lives. Awareness surrounding breast cancer is very important as it provides information on early detection and management. And these timely information can save lives. Know that breast cancer is treatable and manageable. So the whole of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get screened at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech Medical Center, either the Osu branch, the Tema, or the West Hills Mall, with 50% discounts on breast ultrasound and 20% on mammogram. And remember that breast cancer awareness is important, but so is breast health awareness. So let us all endeavor to play our part in giving hope and saving lives. Thank you and stay blessed.
Yeni Masatek, so your kunini roofing industry nim enti Saudi roofina na wadwena Asatek. Asatek wo quality long span roofing sheeter esan nail free. Trese ehia so de dadoabo mu nanso etimu dan no so a pampe amframa anahum entumi nya no hwe. Asatek quality long span roofing sheets with beautiful bright colors with anti-fading and anti-rusting properties. Trese enwe na ache na empanso enti wo ma 30-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Asatek quality long span roofing sheet dear. Eye maten bia say a warehouse, school, hotel, hospital, asori, ana say wa ufi. Use Asatec quality nail free long span roofing sheet no be. Na what dando be jina so na yin ho. Your delivery services papa bia. Enfa honde for akwa wo Asatec bema wo can order between 3 and 5 working days. Wo VIP delivery services so a 1 day pe na wo can. Hwehwe Asatec achi kwan Watermark 22 Meridian Road woni Cocoa Board Warehouse na pen Takrade Efiekuma number 9 wo pen Efiekuma Fidelity Bank no Voter Region so wo wakache Tatome GN Bank and Chen Hope. Asatec, sheltering you for life.
And to our final story for tonight. Today, 21st October 2021, dancehall artist Charles Ni Amamensa, also known as Shatta Wale, and 3 other persons have been remanded into police custody for a week. They were reprimanded following a request by the Ghana Police Service due to ongoing investigations with regards to his shooting scandal.
Popular dancehall artist Charles Niama Mensah, popularly known as Shatta Wale, has been remanded into police custody for 1 week over false publication. He pleaded not guilty for publication of false news and causing fear and panic. 3 others who appeared in court with him, Kojo Wusu Kranting, Shatta's personal assistant, Eric Vaneto, a graphic designer, and Idris Yusuf, a beautician, were charged for abatement of criminal publication of false news. The 3 others, who also pleaded not guilty, have been remanded into police custody by the Circuit Court Judge Emmanuel Marvin Esando. They are to reappear before court on 26 October 2021. The police on Tuesday, October 19th, arrested Shatta Wale over an alleged gunshot attack. He has been arrested to assist the police in investigation for his alleged involvement in the creation and circulation of information intended to cause fear and panic, the statement from the police said.
And that is how we wrap up tonight on the evening news on Adoatv. A recap of our top stories. The Electricity Company of Ghana has assured the general public that more than 350,000 customers will enjoy improved power supply following the commissioning of the Pokwasi bulk supply point. Dr. Lawrence Tete has expressed gross disappointment in the 18 individuals who have presented a memorandum to Parliament against the anti-LGBTQ+ bill. In business, GPRTU has clarified that transport fares will not increase come Monday as many have projected. And finally, in entertainment, Shatta Wale has been remanded in police custody for a week after he pleaded not guilty in court earlier today. For more news, log on to our website www.adoanewsonline.com. Follow us on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana. My name is Benedicta Dodo. The evening news is brought to you by Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Vena Mineral Water. Remember, we are still in the month of pink. Make sure you get your free breast screening. Go to any of Sonotec's branches at Osu, West Hills Mall, or Tema for your free breast screening. Remember, they are also giving discounts on all mammogram, that is 20%, and breast ultrasound at 50%. Do not miss it. Thanks for staying with us. Enjoy the rest of our program.